chicken. He's licking on my foot. That came from the mind of a genius. I was trying to make somebody happy that's never happy. And I told him, I said, there's a chicken. He's licking on my foot. And he looked at me. I said, no, there's a chicken. And he's licking on my foot. And still look. I said, there's a chicken. And he's licking on my foot. There's a chicken and he's licking. He don't know I'm going to kick him. But there's a chicken and he's licking on my foot. I got a smile. Amen. Yeah, I got to tell you, I heard it in the elementary school the other day. They always line up for everything, right? So I come walking through, and somebody says, "There's a chicken and he's licking on my foot." We're going to be in 1 Corinthians chapter 7. I just put verse 27 down because I'm not sure exactly how far to go. But I want us to learn something that I have been taught wrongly as I grew up. I mean, it was not, the thing that I was taught was just not true. And this verse speaks it louder than I can preach, okay? The oddity of this thing is about marriage, and I'm going to counsel with two people tonight about getting married. And so, bless y'all's heart, y'all came at the wrong time. But no, it's really the right time. And this is important. It's important for everybody in this place. Because ladies especially, okay? I want you ladies to listen. Y'all have had a burden of weight put on you through false teaching that everybody thought they were teaching right. Now, this is hardcore. I would say that our church 20 years ago might drag me off the stage. But I'm telling you the truth. What I'm telling you is in Scripture. Let me tell you that what I'm about to preach is an opinion. But it's not my opinion. It's not my opinion at all. It's Paul's opinion. And he tells us up front. Now, this isn't God. God didn't ordain this. This is how I feel about it. So I want you to listen to the context of this is Paul. Now, you got to remember, Paul is an extremely godly man. Amen? And God, that if Paul speaks, he's not going to speak devilish stuff. But it's actually telling you up front, and it tells you at the very end, that this is his own opinion about the matter. Let me kind of remind you just a little bit. Now, the church has written to Paul. That's what this letter is all about. The church has written to Paul, okay? And they've asked him a question. Now, we have no idea what the question is, but we can get a real good idea by what the answer is, all right? And so the answer has everything to do, basically, with sexual immorality. This whole book is about that. And it's a kind of a hard thing to come up with a sermon about sexual immorality every time and expect somebody to come to the altar. But this is a good word for especially our ladies this morning, because I don't think you ought to be carrying the burden that you've been carrying. There's much in this chapter, especially in verse 27 and 28. Remember that Paul is writing the church back. We don't know the reason. We don't know exactly what the question was, but again, I'm going to tell you, it's most likely to deal with that man and that woman. And so Paul takes this opportunity to speak on all points of sexual immorality. This is not just one. It's from my reading. Paul is saying, while we got the door open, let's talk about all of it. Have you ever been there? Get the door open and just go ahead and share it. And I want you to also know that Paul is talking about some things here that he wants me and you to be aware of. I want you to understand that Paul is talking about you have to, when you do things in your life, and this is for everybody, When you do things in your life, you need to look around you and understand the circumstances that you're standing. You see what I said? In this scripture, Paul is saying, whatever you do, stop. As serious as marriage, you stop. And you look around you and see your circumstances and understand. Y'all know in these days, marriages were made up between two fathers. Now, I'm here to tell you that I believe most of these ladies married who they wanted. I mean, I really believe that. But the poorest of the poor, they didn't have a choice. Because, see, they're trading that girl. Now, listen, this is how far God has taken humanity. They were taking that girl, and they were giving them to another family, the donkey, cows, sheep, something that they could have a value. And you see what mankind has done to women, right? They're more valuable as wives than they are as daughters. I want all of my daughters to know you are more valuable to me than anything but Jesus Christ himself. You are worth more than any pearls or diamonds, anything of a great price. You're worth more than that to me. And I would never, ever trade you for a donkey. Maybe for a Ford Ranger, nothing. Because those nice Ford trucks, $10,000 they do. Burgundy red with leather seats, bucket seats. I wouldn't do that either, but you know, it's a thought. In my thought that of reading this, there's some things that come out. So let me go ahead and read these 2 verses, and we might read some more. It says in verse 27, are you bound to a wife? Don't seek to be released. Are you released from a wife? Don't seek a wife. Now, by the way, I want you to know all this is in reverse as well. Let me read it this way. Are you bound to a husband? See what I'm saying? It works both ways. But if you marry, you have not sinned. And if a virgin marries, she has not sinned. Yet such will have trouble in this life, and I'm trying to spare you. I'm going to keep going. But I say, brethren, time has been shortened. So from now on, these who have wives should be as though they have none. And those who weep as though they did not weep, and those who rejoice as though they did not rejoice, and those who buy as they did not possess. In other words, Paul's saying time is short. Time is short, and in his own opinion, now this is his opinion, he goes on to say, it would be better if you weren't married at all. That's what Paul said. Now, again, Paul's opinion. He has kind of out of preacher mode, and he's giving you an opinion. Now, this is a godly man. So he's giving an opinion, thinking and believing God to come any day. And here's the truth, men and women, husbands and wives. When you get married, it's going to draw you in so many directions. It's going to be hard to serve Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. You with your whole life. And that's what Paul's saying. Pretty simple. Listen, we got to get up and get our kids ready for school. The husbands and wives now both have to work to make money. And so what Paul's saying is if you can go without getting married, don't fall in love with a girl. My grandmother or grandfather used to say, oh, we're going to marry one of them more hair-legged boys. He had 7 girls, I guess you knew what he called them. Hair-legged boys. I want to tell you that marriage is a very serious thing in our society. We read this past Wednesday night, and I came to an understanding that that you should not even be married. Now listen what I'm going to tell you. You shouldn't even be married if you're not filled with the Spirit. Wow. Man, that limits a lot of things. If you're not filled with the Spirit, the Bible says you shouldn't marry. That's when we get to heaven and we marry God, we're going to be filled with the Spirit. Amen? Are y'all with me this morning? I don't think so. There's one more position we need to be reminded about this section of Scripture. Paul isn't given the Lord's command. In this verse we read here in most of this chapter, in fact, if you look at Paul's opinion, which is absolutely worthy of respect, yet he makes it clear his thoughts and God's thoughts are not the same. I'm going to give you verse 40 so you can look at it for yourself. Paul says, but in my opinion. Now look at it. This is the ending of this chapter. Now this is all his opinion. So you need to understand that apparently God has left something unspoken to Paul. Now the Old Testament is full of law. It's full of law. And some of those laws are man-made. So Paul, I want to really stress here that I think Paul is right. I think about that he's given this story, and he makes it clear that these are his thoughts. Through the years, there have been a talk, at least in my hearing as a believer in the truth of God, I had a problem with some of these things that they were saying about this Scripture. And I had some problems reconciling the fact that God would expect a woman to stay with a man who treated her as a slave and beat her and her children. Because, see, I was in that boat. And I'm going to tell you, it made me a better Christian, yet it took me a while before I looked at it. Because I literally thought if Jesus was real, he would not let me. He would not let a small child take it off. And so when these preachers would get up and preach this stuff, you stay with that man. And then listen, I don't know how many women have been in counseling sessions where the preacher said, you got to stay with him. It's the godly thing to do. You might lead him to the Lord. Listen, I don't want to lead somebody to the Lord with two black eyes. Amen? Amen? All the men ain't saying anything, but the women, hallelujah. But it's the truth. I watched my mother get choked down. 12 years old. I could hear her gasping for air. And I get up, and I found me a lamp sitting by my bed, and a 12-year-old boy. I went in to a grown man. I said, if you don't get off my mama, I'm going to shoot you. And I had murdered her. And I'm telling you right now, God did not want me, my mother, or my sister. That's the truth. It's hard to accept this. It took me a long time to get beyond this because I have been taught my whole life. There is none but one. How many of you know there's one breed? There's more than one. I'm telling you right now, there's one that is obvious, okay? And that's what? Sexual immorality. That's what we're talking about. So I'm going to move along. I don't want to stay on that sexual immorality. But I've been taught from the pulpit over and over that you stay with that man. What Paul is simply saying here is you shouldn't, listen, he's telling us in simple, you should not take marriage so lightly that you should consider what might be ahead for you in your life. Might be listen, you need to look at your past history. You need to look at your future history. You need to know what happened to you while y'all were just courting. How many know what courting means? It's not short for Courtney, all right? Court means you love each other. Nowadays, it means a whole lot more than that, but back in the day, court was get permission to come over, sit on porch and rock and sit and swing. But now, I want you to know something. It's the person that's courting you. You put him to keep you. When you're courting. What do you think he's going to do when you? By the way, let me tell you that goes both ways. I bet none of you would realize that we used to have a man and woman in this church where the woman beat the man every week. Every week. And I know for a fact I heard it out of his own lips. And he asked me to pray. She beat him. He couldn't defend himself. Now, I would say this woman had some incorrect mental thoughts, and she would beat him. Some Sundays he wouldn't come because he was beat up so bad. So don't think it's just one way. And by the way, let me tell you something. You can get beat up without getting hit. Amen? You can get beat up without getting hit. So if that person, when Paul says, look at your past, look at your future, look around you, find your circumstances. What he's saying is look where you are, look where you've been, and look where you might go. What he's doing right now, what she's doing right now, there has to be an expectation. The expectation is going to be an increase. You hear me? It's not going to it's going to be increased. There's going to be more under my thumb, both women and men. There's going to be more power exerted. And Lord's sake, if you move away, that might be the best thing that ever happened to you. Me and Dawn was under the thumb of everybody. Everybody told us how to be what we ought to be, and then nobody would give us money to help us get there. That's the truth. I ate some beans and a bologna sandwich this week, and I cannot tell you how good it was, but it conjured up so many memories of the battle. I want you to know this morning that marriage should not be taken lightly, that we should fight for our marriage. But no one is expected to be treated and have somebody misbehave with them their whole life. You might forgive once. You might forgive twice. But when you see the habits forming, it's time to go. Especially if you have children. I want you to know children today have a warped sense of what life is really all about. All because nobody will listen. I watched a show the other day where this little boy went and told his teacher that he was being beat at home. So she called DHR. DHR goes and talks to the parents. Was that smart or was that dumb? I'm telling you, I don't care if you work for DHR or not. Do not go do that because you just put that kid in jeopardy. You just put that child in jeopardy. It's happened here. We've had somebody call DHR. What did they do? Go straight to the parents and tell them exactly what they were told. I think there needs to be an intervention. I think the church ought to stand up too, by the way. But I'm getting on my bucket. Let's get back to marriage. I don't think of anybody in this church who wants to be mistreated. Listen, when I'm married, I want to know I'm loved. Don't y'all? I want to be loved with the love that surpasses a lot of other loves I ever had in my life. And I can be honest with you, in my thoughts, I thought till I married Dawn, I didn't have nobody that loved me at all. I really didn't. I never felt somebody who cared that much about me. I never even felt it anywhere. And so I guess you could say I was looking for love in all the wrong places. Amen. If I'd have knew what I know now, I'd have wrote a song about it. If you look at the way the old timers preached, you were to reconcile with your husband. But by the time you get to telling somebody what's wrong, I'm almost positive you tried to reconcile many times over. You come to a point where you have to come to an end with it. And I want that burden of you thinking that you've sinned against God needs to be gone this morning. Let it go. You have not sinned against God. The only sin you possibly could have done is you didn't look around and watch your circumstances. And you stepped into a situation you weren't prepared for. That's the only thing you could have done. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's some people get married like me. You know, I was infatuated with Dawn, so I thought the best way to get her pregnant would have to be. Amen. That's the only way I could keep her. I'm telling you, folks was after her. And I couldn't whoop everybody. Amen. Is this about a marriage in Scripture where a young man says, listen, y'all remember this? There was a marriage in Scripture where a young man went off from his mother and father, and he was in a pretty good situation, and he marries this girl he loves, and the next, in a little while, he realizes that the daddy tricked him, and he married her sister instead. Y'all remember that? That's not what the guy. You know what happened? This guy didn't look at his circumstances, did he? He didn't look at his surroundings. He thought he had Rebecca, but he had some old ugly gal, his sister. And he married. Listen, her daddy believed the oldest sister should go first because he tricked this man at night into marrying the wrong one. Now he loved Rebecca so much that he went ahead and he worked another 7 years or whatever it was to marry Rebecca. But here's what, if you read that story and continue to read that story, from that point on, there was nothing but hatred between these two. Hatred. The guy. And there was nothing but trouble in that marriage for the rest of the time because of that one thing. And so I want you to know God wants you to look around and study your circumstances. Know where you are. Know what's going on. Paul, in fact, tells us there in these verses, it's better as a Christian not to marry if you can help it. But then he says it's better to be married than sin with somebody. Better to be married than sin with somebody. But just get ready, because if you don't marry who God set aside for you, you may be in trouble for a while. He also says nothing is wrong with getting married, but you should not take it lightly. It doesn't work. Listen, do you think many people have married the wrong person? Do you think many people have chosen because of infatuation of the heart to marry somebody they shouldn't? For myself, I look back, and Don and I have been married 50 years. And I'm going to be honest with you. It had to be God for me to put up with her. Amen. 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 Paul is telling us it's better to get married. But you have to make it, listen to me. You have to do your best to make it work. You have to do everything within your power to make it work. Sometimes it just won't happen. Paul considers that you should take marriage so seriously that it is ordained by God. I want you to know it's a covenant contract you make. But let me tell you something else. That covenant contract is with the one you're supposed to. Not the one you may have had an infatuation with and gotten it. But the covenant contract is with the one God has. There's a big difference. What God has for you may not work out. Listen, it may be a hard road to hoe. But God has got it worked out for a purpose and reason that you don't understand and I don't understand. What he's doing in these verses is using imagery to explain his personal feelings. One of the imagery he uses here is when someone gets married, the Bible says they're joined together and they become one. Have you ever heard the phrase in a wedding, what God joined together, let no man put asunder, or what it means to pull apart? Why? Because you've been intimate. You've united yourself with your wife or your husband. And there is something that we don't understand. You see, the world thinks it's all food. The world thinks it's all joy. But here's what I want to tell you. God wants it to be a godly thing because he's going to raise up a godly child out of the womb of his wife. Amen? Oh, it just hurts my heart to know how many godly men or women may not be in this world this very day, but they may be in heaven right now. By the way, I don't drink this because I'm on drugs or anything. I had somebody tell me the other day, people who do drugs drink a lot of water. I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all need to wear false teeth and wear that zinc to hold your teeth. Zinc will make, I can put some of that stuff on my tongue. It takes me 30 minutes to speak. It drives me out. So I got so much in there I don't want to spit it out often. And so I usually have to get a pair of bicycles to peel them off. Butter now. So listen, I want you to remember occasionally there are phrases. How many of y'all have heard this phrase? This is the best phrase to come up with. Now this puts this puts this whole chapter in context, all right? The whole context of what Paul's saying is in this one little saying that we have. You ever heard somebody say, "Oh Lord, they done it now. They done went and tied the knot." Y'all know that scripture? Tying the knot. That's what they do. Y'all listen to me. In a Jewish service in those days, the man, future wife, would hold her hand out, and he would securely tie her hands together. Now listen to me. Securely tie her hands. And then she would tie his hands together. Actually, her bridesmaid would do it, or her daddy would tie his. And they would be bound. Bound what? Bound together. Symbolic. So that's what it means when that's talking about tying a knot. It really has a history to it. So they're bound together, okay? Now you got to understand symbolically this is what's going on. So the woman's going along. She's bound. She's bound, and he says, "I want some breakfast." She's bound to fix that breakfast. And she says, "I want you to change the clothes in the bedroom now." But she's bound to what he said. And listen, it goes on and on and on. And then he asked her to do something, and she's bound. And she don't want to do it. But you know what? Same for him. Now he's bound. Y'all keep that in mind. As a matter of fact, 27 says, "Are you bound to your wife?" So this binding is taking place. Now there's a beautiful picture God showed me here. If I'm bound to my wife, which I am, I can't unbind myself. I can't undo myself. But you know who can? My wife. If she unbinds me, she sets me free. Whoa. Y'all see the story? You get the picture of what's being said here? God's saying, if you're bound to your husband, and your husband breaks that bind, then you're free. That's what the Bible says. I'm not getting away with this. That's what Paul's saying. He says you're free. There's no guilt in you. But now he's still under the binding. If she unbinds him, she's still bound. If she unbinds him, or vice versa, but the binding, the unbinding is not done. Hey, listen to me. I want you to hear me because this is going to happen. You're going to be at work bound to your husband. You're going to be at work bound to your wife. And somebody's going to give you that look. You look good today. Well, why it's getting loose? Because your husband's not giving you attention. Look, it's a little loose. Or maybe the wife is mad at you and she's constantly on your back about something. And some girl at work shows you a little attention. His binding starts to loose. Not because of the girl, because the wife's not doing her duty. The same with the wife. It's not the husband cheating. It's not the wife cheating. It's the one at home that's not doing their duty. Amen? That's what Paul's saying here. You read it for yourself. The whole chapter's about it. God. Well, I'm out. I got 5 pages to go. Let me see what's important. All right, here's one more thing. Another thing. One more thing. Because I want you to be set free this morning. Because I want you to know every single word of God is to set you free. No, I ain't gonna do it. Every single word of God is to set you free. I'm telling you this. I'm writing that song I told y'all about, meaningless song. When we get to heaven, that bound up tongue that we got in the Baptist church right now, it's going to be unbound, and you're going to be surprised at how well you can worship. I'm just telling you, that's one of my lines in there. One other line is like statues of stone. You ought to be up here looking at me, looking at what I'm looking at. Or like statues of stone. Ever thought about preaching to this rock? Maybe in that rock is a statue. Wow. Now let me finish. Some of us have been married. Believe it or not, I've been married and divorced. How am I preaching? I divorced the same one I married. I remarried her since. Shows what proves to it. I was talking about me, no? But if you have that situation in your life where you had to divorce and remarry because it just was not God, I want you to know you're free. You're free. Now, I'm not telling you in my words. I'm telling you in the words of Paul, who's giving his opinion on marriage. And it's so powerful in his heart that he's willing to send it to a church. And listen, I want to tell y'all something. They didn't take it out either. It's still in there. But preachers preach, women, you can't leave your husband. But what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to end right here, is you can't blame it all on circumstances. Because God given Paul a word. Y'all listen to me. It's important. Not just in marriage, but everything that you do. What are the circumstances? What are the circumstances? I don't believe my mother ever dreamed of me when she stood and married that hateful, disgusting human being who did what he did. I never dreamed. I don't think she dreamed in a million years it was going to happen. If she did, I'm going to get her when I get to heaven. Amen. But I don't believe she thought it was ever going to happen. In her mind, she thought it was going to be wonderful. Listen, and all I can tell you is she didn't look at her circumstances. How did I know? Because he was a drunk before she married him. And she knew it. You don't win anything? I want to get y'all to say it in harmony on 3. 1, 2, 3. I can change him. Wrong. Only God can change. But I don't want you to leave under the weight of the gospel, because the gospel is free. It doesn't bind you up. Now, I know there's a lot of people, especially older ones, who are going to say, Brother Steve, that's not what I understand. So you need to read chapter 7 all the way through. And really read. What you need to do is get you a Hebrew Greek Bible, a word definition Bible, because there's some things in there that we just take for granted that don't mean what we read. It totally means something else. All right, I know this is probably not a big come to the altar meeting, but if you want to come to the altar, it's open. And we're not going to say, hey, they're guilty of this or guilty of that. All I want you to know is you come to the altar and you ask God to forgive you, whatever it is. But the main point in this whole scripture, as you stand, is before you do something so great and so magnificent, you need to look